Are you thinking of starting a career in copywriting? Well, it's very, very possible. Now, in this video, I'm going to show you how to get started with copywriting in 2022 without any prior experience. Now, if this is the first time you're coming on this channel, my name is Jesse, and I make videos around copywriting and how to make money online through copywriting. Now, I want you to do a little task for me. I would like you to subscribe on this channel by hitting the button, the red button right below, and also hit the bell notification button so you can get a notification whenever I release another new content. Now, I would like you to know that copywriting isn't as hard as people say it is. As long as you follow someone who knows how to do it, you will learn it certainly, smartly, and you master the skill that can give you millions of dollars and even naira. So let's get straight into the video. Now the question is, what is copywriting? Now a lot of people have different notions or understanding of how copywriting is, but the truth is, copywriting is the act of persuading people to love or to buy an idea, a brand, or a concept. So your target is, how can I be able to make somebody to subscribe to something, like something, buy something, want something? That's the target, and that's why copywriting is so interesting. But to get started, there are few skills you need to have. Yes, exactly. There are few things, we call them natural skills, but I think I'll just make it personal skills. You just need to have them if you're going to actually make it as a copywriter. Now, you need to be able to, you need to have a very good command of English. Yes, a good command of English. Like you can make a conversation without doing You just know the right words to bring out at the right time. That's number one skill. You need to be able to write well. It's not that difficult. You just need to be able to write with good grammar, good spellings. This is a very important point you need to have before you can think of a career in copywriting. Now, the third point you need to do is to be able to write something that is interesting. Yeah. Probably when you were in college, when you were in secondary school, you were able to write a descriptive essay, you were able to write a letter to someone. As long as you have those skills to write something, you can be able to lay out a message for someone to understand, then you're on the right path to being a copywriter. But the question is, how can you really become a copywriter without any experience? Now, I'll show you something that's going to really tingle your mind. Now, number one, you need to be able to analyze copies that are around you. It's not that difficult. Probably you've read a newspaper, read an advert on the magazines, or probably on TV. You need to be able to analyze a copy, be able to find out, does it really make sense to me? Can I write something better? Does it really pass any message across to me? If you are able to analyze any copy you see, if you're able to analyze any advertisement you see, you are well on your way to becoming a good copywriter. Why? Because you are able to know when a copy makes sense and when a copy doesn't make sense. Point number two, you need to be able to practice script writing. Now, what do I mean by practice script writing? Now, to become a copywriter, you have to practice. There's no way you can get better if you don't practice. Now, how do you do that? Write something about a brand. Let's take for example, what's the most popular brand around you? Probably you woke up this morning, you use a toothbrush to brush your teeth. Write about the toothpaste you used. Yeah. Write about the toothpaste you used. What makes that toothpaste so special? Why do you like it? Write about it. Now, these contents you write will form the foundation of your writing career. Now, to be able to convince someone out there that you're good, these kind of contents, which we call the script writing, is what you're going to show them to tell them, okay, I have written some of these contents I feel are good. Why don't you take some time to read it to see if it's good enough for you? Does that make sense to you? Well, that's how you get started. You need to practice. Practice makes perfect. Third point, you need to expand and learn human psychology. Now, the problem with human psychology is that not everybody really understands human psychology. How can you learn and understand human psychology? Simple. You need to understand how people's minds work. And I'll give you an example. Have you ever taken the time to stroll out with someone? Probably you met someone maybe in the bus or maybe on the streets. Have you ever taken time to, encourage someone to buy something on the street? We call it direct sales. Have you ever tried it before? If you haven't tried that before, then you need to be able to try out some of these strategies. Now, what makes these strategies really, really special is that you learn a lot when you try out direct sales, even if it's just jokingly. Yeah, try to sell something out to someone. It's not that difficult. Now, when you try to sell something out to someone, you'll be able to learn how the human psychology works. Sales works with human mind. How do people think? How are you able to make them do what you want them to do? All these things all come into the whole concept of human psychology. You need to be able to understand how the human mind works. You need to learn how sales can be orchestrated strategically. You need to understand how people feel about buying stuff, either online, either offline. You need to understand how the human mind accepts things. Now, if you're not able to understand that, you cannot be a copywriter, because copywriting is all about manipulating the human mind to believe in your own concept or your own brand or your own ideology. So if you're not able to do that, then I doubt if you have a career in copywriting. These experiences are what builds you into a better copywriter. Now, you also need to have faith in the process. Now, a lot of people think, oh, when they, probably have some of these skills I just previously mentioned, oh yeah, I'm just going to hit it just like that. Well, the truth is, sometimes it doesn't just work out that way. Sometimes it's not that easy. Sometimes you have to stress. But the easiest way out is to have faith in the process. Just take it one step at a time. Keep trying your best. Keep working on yourself. Keep getting better. Keep writing. Every day try to write a content. Every day pick something, write about it. Make sense of it. Try to sell to somebody. Even if it's somebody imaginative, somebody in your mind. Try to sell to somebody. If you're not able to sell to somebody, if you're not able to write a content that convinces you who wrote it, then there's no way you can be a good copywriter. Now, this experience is what builds you over time. Now, the question is, how do you get started with copywriting? Yeah, right. A lot of people ask me this question like every time, like, how do I get started? I know so much of all these skills. You've been teaching so much on your YouTube channel, telling so much about copywriting, but then how do we get started? It's not just all about the skill. Where do we use the skill? Who do we get these people? Well, the question is, being a copywriter is the number one thing. Learning the skill is more important than getting the job, because if you get the job and you don't have the skill, you can't complete the job technically. So I'm going to give you 3 ways you can get started. And number one way is to freelance. Yes, you need to work on freelance platforms. That's the smartest and easiest way to get started. Now, for me, I've freelanced on Fiverr for 7 years thereabout. But Fiverr is one of the fastest ways you can get started with copywriting, where you can actually work without spending any money. All you have to do is take your time out, write, create your gig, work things out, make your gig look attractive, and then after a while, after a period of time, people begin to contact you, you begin to write contents for them. As long as you've gone through the previous process of understanding what the human mind needs, you understood how to write contents that make sense to people, you'll be able to sustain clients over time. So point number one, you need to freelance on some of these established freelance platforms like Fiverr, like Upwork. There are so many of them also, so many of them, but these are the 2 most popular ones. Create accounts on these platforms and begin to freelance. Number 2, you can search for clients independently. Now, searching for clients independently could be really, really difficult. Why? Because a lot of people don't just trust anybody that contacts them via email. Now, there are many ways which you can use in getting emails of established managers and established CEOs. You can send them direct messages telling them how good you are in copywriting, and forwarding your samples over to them so that they can see your level of creativity and your ability to talk to the ideal target audience. Now, to be honest with you, this strategy is really, really difficult, I must say, because freelancing on other platforms, freelance platforms, is technically more easy. But if you have friends, if you have colleagues who need these services, you can actually sell yourself over to them and then they will pay you. Third point, you can become an in-house copywriter. Now, the sweet part about being an in-house copywriter is that you don't have to stress about your next job. Having an in-house job, practically a 9-to-5 job, yeah. But having an in-house job is going to give you it's going to give you the comfort and the realization that your next paycheck is not really a problem. Problem with getting an in-house job, you don't get to earn like a freelance copywriter. Now, getting an in-house job is just like a practical 9-to-5 job. So you get to work from morning and then close up like every other person. The advantage, you don't worry about anything. Your money waits for you at the end of the month. So in conclusion, copywriting is a very lucrative profession, and I urge you to learn it as fast as possible because 2022 waits for no one. Now, if you want to learn how to write or be a better copywriter, this channel is the perfect place for you. I've released so much content that can teach you different styles of writing, and of course, I'm just a click away. My website is on this YouTube channel. You can always go there. My email is also on this YouTube channel. Take your time out, watch the videos, learn a lot. And if you have any questions, leave a comment down below in the comment section and I'll reply to you as fast as I can. Now, I would like you to always stick around. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to hit the bell notification button, as contents will come as fast as I probably can. So please, like I said, subscribe. Until next time, I want to assure you, you don't have to worry about gaining experience. Gaining experience takes a process, and even if you don't gain that much experience, it doesn't mean you can't start. As much as you've gained as of now, you can start. You can get better. You can work on yourself. You can master the skill. So until next time, cheers.